And we'll get into it right now, talking about Extreme Rules on Saturday. Let's start with that match. Bianca Belair, Bayley, ladder match. Raw Women's Championship. This is a tough one to call, dude. I think either woman could walk out with the title. Bayley, she's been not the hottest superstar on the entire roster as far as momentum goes, but, she hasn't been beaten yet. She pinned Bianca at Clash, the first woman to do so in like 300 days since that Raw that you were at in November last year when Becky beat her on Raw. She has not been pinned beyond that in Clash. So they've really protected Bianca. She's not getting pinned on Saturday because it's a ladder match. Did they put all the gold on Damage Control as we saw at the end of Raw, or does Bianca remain Raw Women's Champion for a little while longer?
Oh, you're asking me, of course.
I'm not going to give you my answer.
I know, of course. You always like the hard ones. You make me go first. I'm going to go with Bayley. I think if you're going to go all in the group, she should win here. I think you said Bianca's not getting pinned, so it's not like it's the biggest deal of all time. But if you want this group to be over and people to care about it, I feel like you have to put the belt on. If she can't win the belt, they're kind of just like a middle card team at that point. So I think you should have Bayley win here, put the gold on her, and then start building them up better. Because like I said, no one really does care about the group. Like it's not like they get heat or anything. But if they have the belt on them, maybe they can do a better job of that.
Do you think that I'm gonna go with Bayley as well? I think Bayley wins the championship. Do you think that happens because with War Games right around the corner, if Bayley loses, what's really the reason for the babyfaces to avenge the heels? I just feel like the heels kind of have to get one over on Bianca now, which will lead to Becky coming back to even the odds.
Yeah, like you said, they have no heat right now. They did beat Asuka up on Raw, but besides that, I feel like Bayley needs a win to kind of solidify herself, so that's why I have her winning here.
Yeah, I'm going with the same pick as well. Karrion Kross, Drew McIntyre, first time ever here. The feud's been fairly hit or miss. That Fireball segment a week or two ago, not the greatest. They fucked it up. It was an accident, but they recovered nicely. This is a must-win situation for Karrion. I feel like, he's not getting pinned 1, 2, 3. It is, I think you win by pinfall, but he's not getting pinned 1, 2, 3 clean, and then it's over for him. It is a strap match. It would take a lot for Drew to beat him. I still don't think he should lose. I know Drew's coming off a loss at the pay-per-view at Clash of the Castle, but Drew is Drew. Drew should not be losing 7 matches in a row, but he's established enough, and he also before Clash had not lost at all in like a fucking year, so I feel like he can lose this and he'll be okay. To me, it's more about building up Karrion than it is keeping Drew at the level that he's at. Drew wins, okay, cool, what's next? And maybe they move on, but I feel like Karrion has to win here, even if it's via nefarious means and Scarlett gets involved. You can't bring the guy back to the company, make him one of the top heels on SmackDown, and have him lose in match 1. Even if he wins the rematch, you have to win the first match to me. If Drew ultimately wins in the end, okay, but I feel like the first match has got to go to Karrion, otherwise it's going to be really hard for a lot of people to care about him.
I completely agree. That's kind of what my Bayley kind of take is. Obviously, Bayley's established, but with this new group, you kind of need the win to kind of solidify yourself. Same with Karrion. If he lost to Drew here and they did a rematch and he won, no one would care. It's like the Wyatt versus Cena from 30.
Exactly.
Yeah, Wyatt rematches, but no one remembers that. I think you have to have him win here. I think you should have Karrion just go. If you're gonna have him push him all the way up, I would just have him continue to keep beating Drew. Drew doesn't lose anything unless he's Drew freaking McIntyre. So I would have Karrion win as much as possible if you were going to push him all the way up.
Just push him the same way with a bit of a tweak as they did in NXT. He ran rampant over that entire roster for his first year on the show, dude. He wasn't pinned at all. He beat Tommaso Ciampa clean in one of his first major matches on TakeOver decisively in a matter of minutes. I know Drew was in a higher spot than Tommaso Ciampa was at that point in NXT, but book it the same way. And then I think he beat Keith, and the match wasn't that good. But, he beat Keith decisively as well to become NXT champion. I'm not saying he should beat Roman Reigns to become champion anytime soon, if ever. But still, he's got to at least get some momentum first to really start off his Raw, or rather SmackDown run on the right note. So I'm going with you on that as well. We go from there to another, talk about rematches. Brawling Brutes versus Imperium. Good old Donnie Brooks 6-man tag team match. The first one we actually caught in a hotel room in Nashville. They did it on SmackDown right before SummerSlam. Sheamus and Drew was a great match. They're doing it again, this time in 6-man tag team action. Their original match was one of my favorite SmackDown matches all fucking year. But a month ago, a couple weeks ago, fantastic match. We are getting Sheamus and Gunther 2 on Friday for the Intercontinental Championship. So, 2-part question for you, relating to Extreme Rules. who wins on Friday, who walks out as Intercontinental Champion, and how, if at all, does that factor into Saturday with who wins that match?
You have Gunther win on Friday, and you have the babyfaces win on Saturday.
Yeah, I agree. I think they lost the first match, Imperium won the first one, so I think, I don't know. I think Sheamus becoming champion would be cool. You're going to be there for it. It's going to be a great show. It would be an awesome moment in person. I just feel like there's so much more for Gunther to do as champion, and Triple H booking now hopefully gives me hope that they're not going to have Gunther lose for a long time. He's only been beaten clean twice on his own in singles, just twice in the last 3 or 4 years. So I feel like it's still too premature to beat him. Would you agree?
I agree.
SmackDown Women's Championship, Ronda Rousey, Liv Morgan, Extreme Rules, SmackDown Women's title. Who wins?
Liv Morgan.
How so? You think clean? Well, not clean, but you think
I don't
someone
think
gets involved?
well, she's not going to win clean. I don't know. I have a feeling that it's not going to be an alliance, but I feel like Shayna's going to cost Ronda. It's not going to be like a Liv alliance with her, but I feel like Shayna's going to... I mean, they tease that little thing, she's like, oh, Shayna Baszler's going to come back. I feel like she's going to come out, and Ronda's going to think she's on her side, and she's going to beat the hell out of Ronda, and Liv's going to capitalize.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I don't really need to see a Liv Shayna, pairing. I don't know if Liv needs to be a heel. Maybe she will be. I don't really know. She's been teasing being a heel. Doesn't really need to be Liv Morgan's bodyguard or whatever, but we might be getting a Ronda Shayna feud out of it, and that's interesting. I think what they're doing with Ronda right now is probably better than anything else they've had her do, up to this point in her most recent WWE run. So I agree. I think, actually, I don't know. I might take that back. I was going to say Ronda Rousey wins the title. I'm going to say Ronda Rousey wins the title because I feel like Liv already beat her twice. I don't know if they would have Ronda lose the third time. I'm going to say Ronda Rousey wins, but if Liv wins, I agree with you. I do think that's how it happens. Do you think Charlotte shows up at any point soon to challenge for the championship? I hate to even bring that up, but I need to bring it up.
I hope not.
Could happen as soon as next Friday. Edge and Finn Balor, I Quit match. This should be the end. It probably won't be. I think... I'm going to say Edge wins, but I really think Finn Balor should win if they really want to keep this group alive that we don't really care about at this point. If they lose, they should break them up. They're not going to. So they're starting to do the Dominic Ray thing. I think Judgment Day needs the heat. I just have this feeling they don't give a fuck about Finn Balor winning. I don't know. I'm going to say Edge for the safe choice, but I do want Finn Balor to win, though.
I'm the same with you. I think Edge will win, but I think Finn should win. I mean, I still don't care about Judgment Day. The Dominic and Rhea thing kind of intrigues me a little bit. It's a little bit better than where it was with her and the other two, but I mean, it's not like it's a lot better. But
yeah.
I think, like I said, if you want the group to be over, they need to win, and they never do, especially when it matters the most. I mean, they won random match on Raw, but I don't think they've won a pay-per-view yet. So I think Edge will win, but Finn should win.
Yeah, I mean, we also talked about it a week or two ago. How many I Quit matches do babyfaces lose? It does not happen often, unless there's some severe cheating, which has happened, which I feel like is going to happen here if Finn Balor wins. But Finn needs the win. I think Edge wins, and it would be Edge's first loss in over a year. I think that would be a big, coup for Balor. I just don't know if I see that happening. And we get to what I think will be the main event. Matt Riddle, Seth Freakin Rollins, Fight Pit match. What did I say? Pit Fight? Fight Pit. Yeah. Fit Pit. Fight Pit match. Daniel Cormier, UFC Hall of Famer, former UFC World Heavyweight Champion, serving as the special guest referee. Don't know where this came out of, but I saw on Twitter today, apparently Rollins asked Cormier himself to be the referee, which is pretty fucking cool. I guess obviously he's very fond of Rollins. He was there when he cashed in 7 years ago, so not exactly impartial. But I'm looking forward to this. We saw the Fight Pit in NXT. I'm glad the fact they showed a video package on Raw this week, kind of showing people what it was all about, like that. And I thought this was a good segment, good build on Monday's Raw, and I think this match is going to be very good on Saturday. I do think it's going to close the show, and I feel like Matt Riddle has to win this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I just do think when you say the first one, they had a match already.
Yeah, Clash of the Castle.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, didn't he hit him with the double? He hit it from the top, mid rope stomp, right?
Yeah, great finish. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I would say Riddle. I don't know. I feel like Rollins should win a lot, but I feel like he needs it. But if in this specific match, like you said, it's not like a normal match, Riddle does need some more momentum. I feel like he's lost a lot of, I don't know if I say steam, but he's not where he was when Randy was around. So I think Riddle winning here would be big, so I'll go with Riddle as well.
What are your thoughts on Cormier coming in as the referee? I think that's pretty cool.
Love it.
Love it. And do you think it leads to anything involving him and Brock going forward? I heard that's the rumor.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I mean, I also think he'd be good as like a color commentary guy down the road as well. I know he's like done stuff at the PC and like showing interest in that in the future. So I think that'd be good as well. But yeah, I mean, him and Brock at WrestleMania, book it.
Hey, hashtag book it. I mean, Brock needs a new opponent. I heard Brock will either be a crown jewel or a day one. They could do it before them, but I also get flashbacks to Cormier, and not Cormier, but Brock and Kane 3 years ago, and how much of a disaster that was.
Give me a bell.
Give me a bell. Okay, we'll see. Hashtag book it. Not really many other logical opponents for Brock right now in WWE.
Seriously,
anyway.
I feel like he's like, and the problem with him is he's so big. Like, not that he's so big, like big as physical, but like he's such a big star. It's like you can't just. I mean, he needs to go in there with someone that could possibly beat him, or someone could give him a run. So I feel like Cormier is the perfect person. That they like had that little beef in UFC too, and they never actually wrestled or fought because Brock never came back. So it's the perfect story there. So I'm down for that. I'm
down for it as well. And last question for you. White Rabbit, does Bray Wyatt show up on Saturday? Or somebody else that might be behind White Rabbit, which is very unlikely at this point.
It's going to be Corbin. People need to stop getting so excited. It's definitely Corbin. Sorry, Alexis. It is what it is. Just kidding. It's definitely going to be Wyatt, hopefully. The place will go nuts. GSM will lose his pants. I mean, it's gonna be cool. I know it is. So it's the whole what they've done so far has been very interesting, and I think the reveal will be cool as well. I'm not sure exactly what you do with them. I don't know if it's like he's just gonna resurface, or it's gonna be like right into a feud. So I'm interested to see what happens there. Maybe we could just do right into him and Riddle. Who knows? Or him and the Rollins. I think there's a ton of possibilities. But no, I think he'll be back on Saturday. Saturday, yeah. So I think that's the direction they're going in.
You think that's what closes the show?
It should.
I think so as well. I feel like the close with anything else, even if it's Bayley becoming champion, would not be as hot of an ending as Bray Wyatt coming back. So I agree with you on that.